As a commentary channel, I've talked poorly on a lot of people. I just want to apologize to the following people regarding various tweets or public statements I've made about them. First of all, I would like to apologize to Dr. Disrespect. Sometimes we just have typos in tweets and it is what it is. We shouldn't let a typo in a tweet get in the way of how good of an entertainer he is. Also, I would like to apologize to Dr. Disrespect's #1 fan, Tactical Templar. I didn't realize a lot of your videos were just satire. It is impossible to be anti-DEI when you meat right a man harder than JD Vance. It was too highbrow for me at the time. Makes a lot of videos, and I should learn from someone who peaked before COVID even existed. The next person I'd like to apologize to is I'm Alex. I think you were the guy that made the nifty music. I don't know. I don't follow British YouTubers. Anyways, next person, the HawkTuah girl. HawkTuah, spit on that thing. Generational. Cryptocurrency's fake money anyways, and people mistook your social experiment and misinterpreted it as a scam. I'm sorry the internet was mad. More HawkTuah, please. I'm feeding like that one guy in the Meat Canyon animation. Speaking of people that look like they're in a Meat Canyon animation, Johnny Somali, I'm sorry that you fucked yourself so hard that the government is cracking down. Speaking of people who got themselves fucked in weird ways, Colleen Ballinger. Toxic gossip train on my gym playlist, and I PR'd on my deadlift last week. I especially love the encore at the end. Music is generational. Speaking of generational talent, Boogie. I didn't realize that you faking cancer was an impromptu Francis sketch, and I'm sorry the internet dogpiled on you. That's our bad. Speaking of freaks that lie, I would like to apologize to the entirety of communist Twitter. Even though you guys believe in stuff like political cults, ethnic cleansing, and a dozen different types of camps, it's also cool that you believe in healthcare. All is forgiven. I'm sorry for not understanding you better. Speaking of ethnic cleansing, I would like to apologize to Kanye West. It has recently come to my attention that he's made Graduation. That shit slaps. Speaking of great albums, I would also like to apologize to Drake. I listened back to all the beef tracks and my iPhone caught fire. That didn't happen when I listened to Kendrick. Also, his dick ain't free and I can Google yours. You won the beef. You're a real artist, and Degrassi is great. Speaking of artists, I would also like to personally apologize to Hayao Miyazaki. I haven't really spoken poorly about Miyazaki, but I did use AI to Ghiblify my favorite Gooner film. That's my bad. I'm sorry. And speaking of Gooners, Vaush, I would like to apologize to him on behalf of all the commentary community. We all looked down on your Goon preference until I tried it out, and I went 22, 0, and 10 on the Rift as Heckram. I truly channeled the equestrian spirit, and I felt Dantes enter my soul. Next person I would like to apologize to is Frogan. Based. Speaking of based, I would also like to apologize to the Red Pill community. I didn't realize my true potential as an alpha male until I asked my girlfriend to make me a sandwich. It was at that moment I might be wrong. Speaking of women, Kris Tyson. Wait, did I not write a punchline for this? Also, speaking of another woman, SSSniperWolf. I think it was actually kind of natural escalation to dox somebody's house on Instagram, and I think that was completely reasonable and within your right. Please react to this video so I could feed off that yummy, yummy clout. Now that is all what I said publicly. I would also like to apologize to what I've said privately about some of you people to my friends and family. First off, Jojo Siwa. Someone asked me who you were, and I said you were Kiss. First up, Jojo Siwa. You were a last round pick on my Hear Me Out cake, losing to Judy Hopps, Lopunny, Lola Bunny, and Haru from Beastars. Sorry. Next person I'd like to apologize to is Raymundo. I totally stole your thumbnail. and I do not regret it, so I guess I'm not really sorry, but shout out to you. Next group of people I'd like to apologize to is Reactors. I've said some pretty terrible things about you and your work ethic. It turns out some of you actually do work really hard, but only some. I'll let you decide who is who. Next person I would like to apologize to is TurkeyTom. He made a tweet about Zins, and I told him to do coke like an adult, like in Wolf of Wall Street. I would also like to apologize to Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill because I've never seen Wolf of Wall Street, and I just kind of assumed you guys did coke in that movie. Next group of people I'd like to apologize to is for VTubers who have solely gained a following on Twitter and posted nowhere else. I've said some pretty terrible things about you people in private, mostly because you deserved it anyways. That's the end of the video. See ya.